let's do this. Just gonna take a hot second to make sure everything sounds alright, which it probably should. I mean, it doesn't matter because let's do this. Just gonna take a hot second to make sure everything sounds alright, which it probably should. I mean, it doesn't matter because I mean, there's a lot of fuzz, but I I don't think it's gonna matter because I'm not gonna have any sounds outside of my voice here, so not that matters too much. I mean, there's a lot of fuzz, but I don't think it's gonna matter because I'm not gonna have any sounds outside of my voice here. That's a little too. That was a little too quiet, so I'm gonna turn up my thing here. God, I gotta eventually. It's a little too. I gotta eventually figure out how to. That was a little too quiet, so I'm gonna turn up my thing here. God, I gotta eventually. I gotta eventually figure out why this buzzing sound keeps happening when I use my mic because, like, and granted, it's probably because I'm in a big room. I gotta eventually figure out why this buzzing sound keeps happening when I use my mic because, like, and granted, it's probably because I'm in a big room. Anyway, so yeah, I think we're good on audio, but yeah, uh, I mean, you see what the stream's title is. I'm gonna be filling out my March Madness bracket. Usually, I do this after the first four happen because I want to have a full bracket, like the full picture of the bracket before I make any rash decisions. But my school's actually doing March Madness stuff, and so I should probably get those in early before I actually before the big day arrives and stuff. So I'm filling it out now. Besides, I didn't have a stream yesterday, so I mean this isn't exactly a makeup stream because the kinds of folks who watch me play Pokemon don't care about March Madness. So I but I want to stream some more of this break, and hopefully I'll have another stream that's going to be actually Pokemon Light Platinum midweek. And while I'm on that, I should probably also say I'm not going to be streaming Friday/Saturday of like the 20th and 21st, all that, because uh, I'm just not going to be available. I'm just going to say I'm not going to be available in front of my computer for that, so there's no stream that day. So that's why I'm probably going to try to do something midweek. But yeah. Anyways, enough preamble. It's actually this. Right, so I think it's fair to say I don't see maybe Michigan, but I don't see any of the first of the one seeds losing here. Maybe Michigan. I highly doubt that though. What else here? TCU over Ohio, St. John, Kansas. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I mean Michigan State obviously or whatever. This one's close. I I, I had this. I'm having a gut feeling that that one of these two Florida teams is gonna upset, but I'm not sure which one. I think Louisville makes it, but UCF upsets UCLA, and then Villanova, Utah State. Mm, yeah, Wisconsin over. I'll take Hawaii to upset Arkansas. Texas. Oh God. So like, here's the thing. I'm a Texas fan. If me making videos on Texas football is an indication, So every year I always say, oh, Texas is gonna make it far. Texas is gonna totally win the tournament, and then they don't because Texas is bad and they're bad at basketball. And like I gotta eventually get to the point where like, okay. By the way, I say Gonzaga over Kennesaw. But eventually I gotta throw my hands up and say, okay, yeah, no, this isn't Texas's year, but whatever. Uh, Miami versus Missouri. I mean, obviously, I'm taking Purdue here. Uh, mm, Sorry about that. It's heckin' windy where I am, so I'm gonna say Miami. I really shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it. Georgia, Texas Tech, Bama. I have so I guess this is also an advantage of being in the first four, of not doing it before the first four, because I want to say SMU is going to win this one, but also it's Miami of Ohio, and Miami of Ohio didn't lose until like a couple of days ago. So I guess I could play both sides, but like, oh, Miami of Ohio is going to beat Tennessee, and oh, SMU is going to beat Tennessee, and then Virginia's Virginia. Let's say Kentucky. I think Iowa State here. Uh, Clemson, yeah. Vanderbilt, yeah. Nebraska, yeah. North Carolina, Penn. So, funny story. Uh, I picked Yale over Arizona State a couple of years ago, and nobody else did that. And then Yale got the upset, and dude, the high off of that was so good. Legitimately, I pick the Ivy League to upset every year. That's the only reason I pick the Ivy League to upset every year. Yeah, Penn. Yeah, I'm still Penn. I always pick the Ivy League to upset. So yeah, against my better judgment, I'm going to say A&M bounces the first round because I hate A&M. Obviously as a Longhorns fan, I'm gonna say that Houston over Idaho. I'll talk more about Houston later. So I guess yeah, that's the kind of the vibe on the first round there. Second round. Oof. Do I want to say TCU upsets Duke here? I really want to say TCU upsets Duke. I mean, I'm gonna say St. John upsets Kansas, and I guess while I'm at it, Michigan and UConn will get through. I want to. Mm, it's so tough. I want to say TCU's gonna upset Duke, but I don't want to. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. Villanova. You know what? If I say Villanova can beat Arizona, I'm just gonna say TCU can beat Duke. Then Hawaii, Wisconsin. My bracket's terrible. Mm, mm, I want to say Texas is gonna upset Gonzaga, but I know it's not gonna happen, and it kills me. I want to. Okay, I'll say they upset Gonzaga, but they're not gonna upset Purdue. And then say Georgia upsets Michigan, Texas Tech upsets Bama, Miami Ohio goes up, Kentucky, Florida's really good, Nebraska's really good. If if Indiana can become a football team, Nebraska can become a basketball team. You know, Houston. Do I have Penn upset North Carolina? No, I'm gonna have Penn upset North Carolina. I say TCU upsets St. John. No, TCU's not gonna upset. Actually, yeah, TCU upsets St. John. UConn doesn't upset. Which I want to because Michigan State's one of my favorite basketball teams. That's not from my home state, but it's UConn. It's UConn. Villanova, Hawaii, Purdue over Texas. That's the agreement. Ah, shoot. Here, Texas Tech, Miami, Ohio / SMU, and then Nebraska and Houston. UConn. This one could be tricky. I'm gonna say Purdue, but I'm not confident in that. Then Tech over Miami, Ohio, or SMU. This one's also tricky because I like both of these teams. I think both of them can make. How do I put this? Whoever wins between this two, I feel is gonna win the whole thing. You know, like I think really highly of Nebraska and Houston. And granted, I'm a little biased on Houston because I have cousins that go to Houston. I have an uncle that went to Houston. So I have a lot of ties to Houston. Funnily enough, I think I probably have more ties to Houston than I do to Texas, which is funny because I root for Texas. Texas is my college team. But despite that, I don't have any family that went to Texas. So I think I'm gonna go Houston here. And as I hinted at, I think Houston's gonna between Houston and Nebraska is gonna be the winner here, and then Texas, Miami of Ohio, or SMU. I think that's gonna be my Cinderella. Yeah. And then let's say 78 to 74. Yeah. This is gonna bust, obviously. I mean, obviously, literally, there's never been a bracket that didn't bust, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been paying a whole lot of attention to regular season college basketball because the schedule's been so busy on the sports world. What with NFL ending and the Olympics and the World Baseball Classic, and also hockey is going on and basketball and like NBA is going on. So I've been paying attention to it. But so these probably are really dumb picks, but I pick them. So yeah, it'd be funny if Troy upset Nebraska like they did in football. That'd be very amusing. Alabama, Texas Tech, Georgia, Michigan, Purdue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Did I accidentally pick all the 2 seeds? Did I have any 1 seed make it to the Elite Eight? No, I have 2 of them, 3 of them bouncing in the second round, and 1 of them bouncing in the Sweet 16. That's trouble. That's so much trouble that I'm going to swap here. Yeah, this is my dumb bracket. That's not going to work. I'm going to move this to not this screen. So that way, in case something pops up that I don't want on stream, I can just So that's my bracket. And I guess while we're here, we should also do the women's side, which, I mean, if I don't know anything about about the regular season of men's basketball, I know even less about the women's side. So, hang on, hang on. This is still the men's side. Hang on. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Go. There we go. All right. Phoenix, nice. I mean, at the very least, what I do know is that upsets are women's basketball is a lot more top heavy, so I'm not gonna pick any upsets for the first round. Really, NC State over Tennessee. It's a higher seed than Tennessee. I'm really behind. But apparently Texas women's basketball is good. That's nice for me. And then UConn, North Carolina. I'd say Notre Dame over Ohio, Vandy, South Carolina, Michigan, TCU, Iowa. Yeah, Iowa, Michigan, Louisville. I'd say West Virginia takes that. Texas, LSU, Baylor. I'd say Baylor upsets Duke. And I guess smaller one with Ole Miss. UConn, Notre Dame will upset Vandy. South Carolina. Yeah, Iowa. Michigan, Texas. Say Baylor upsets LSU too. Then Notre Dame, Baylor, Texas, South Carolina, Atlanta, Texas, and Texas because I'm a homer. Let's say 68 to 6. Actually, no, it's 70 to 64. And that's the women's bracket. Again, I don't know as much about women's basketball, so it's kind of a poop shoot for me. But yeah. I believe that'll be my picks for March Madness. What's the first? Game of mainline. Okay, TCU, OSU. Oh, well, congratulations, Ohio, because There's this thing where my brackets always bust on the first game of the first game of the bracket. So I just jinxed TCU to lose to Nebraska, to lose to Ohio State. Fun, 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 fun. Hmm. I'm sorry, does that say 1 a.m.? There's no way they're playing these games at 1 a.m. I should probably stop the stream here because this is boring. So yeah, those are my picks. Houston's winning it on the men's side. Texas winning on the women's side, and I can't wait for these to bust. So thank you to the one person that came here. I didn't even notice you. Sorry about that. But thank you for stopping on by, and I guess I hope you all enjoy your March Madness, and hopefully I'll have a stream sometime later this week that's back to Pokemon, the regular Pokemon affair. So yeah, bye.